It has been 25 days since this aquarium has been filled. So this is the Waterbox 340.7 REEF LX. It's a 7-footer. I think the water volume of display is roughly just north of 250 gallons. And it is 30 inches front to back, 26 inches high, pretty much the double of what my previous aquarium was. And now at this 25-day mark, I wanted to do a quick update of the state of the aquarium, kind of what my first few weeks with it were like, how did I actually get everything in the tank, and just overall my plans for the next month or two. So let's dive right in. So this was a hot start for this aquarium. I did not skip a bit, basically introduced all the fish the next day after I've added the water. And let's take a look underneath the tank first, just so that you have an idea of what I'm talking about. So I'm pretty much just adding things as I require them. Right now you will see that the dozer is not hooked up yet because there's just not enough corals, but there is all the alkalinity replenishment is happening through this calc reactor by Avast Marine. Same with all the equipment. I'm just adding things as I require them, and I'm taking my time. But you can see all that filtration. So this filtration is probably years old, and it's come from different tanks, and this is how I was able to just hot start this whole aquarium. There's also a really nasty crab that lives in this sump area that I just didn't have the nerve to throw out and kill, so he is somewhere there. But anyways, this is the sump section. I really love the fact that it's massive. There's quite a lot of space here. There's space for the skimmer, the return pump on the right side. You can see the calc washer is being added here. So the pipe on the right over here is the one that takes on the majority of the water. The second one is where I'm doing the kind of minute adjustments to the water flow to get it to the trickle. And then the third one is kind of the one that's the emergency and drain that's going to take on the rest. So that's the idea. And obviously the one on the right, this is the return. I'm using the Vectra L2 as I had discussed, and then the water goes all the way over here. This is my automatic water change system that I'll talk about in the next videos, but it's pretty much the same as what I had in my previous tanks. There's still a little bit of mess with all the cabling that I need to take care of, and the really cool thing is that all of the equipment is hidden on both sides of the tank, so there's no real equipment here. Now let's take a look at the second section. Over here I've got my Trident, and then I do have the dozer, which I still haven't hooked up yet, so probably going to be doing it once I'm going to start adding more corals into the tank. And you have the calc washer reactor. That's pretty much it right now. There is also the CO2 absorbent one, but I haven't hooked it up yet. Okay, let's talk coral now, and let's talk fish and kind of what the plans are. So you can see I've introduced all of the fish that I had in my two other tanks. So I had the 4-foot tank and a 5-foot tank, and I've introduced all of them pretty much at once into this aquarium. And that was kind of nerve-wracking because as you may notice, I have the powder blue and a powder brown. Here they are. But other than the first day when they were kind of going after each other, they are doing quite fine. And that just goes to show you what a really large aquarium gets you. So this would be impossible to do in a smaller tank. So, and even in a 5-footer, I don't think that would have been the case. Also really awesome is the this NASO tank, because this guy looks at peace in this 7-footer, but he was really not enjoying it in a 5-foot tank. So I never thought I would agree with tank police, but they are right. Who else we got here? We got the sailfin. This is the Desjardins, which I really like. You've got 2 dories, and there's going to be more. There's one more dory that I'm just trying to fatten up before it's going to go here. You've got this beautiful combo, the yellow tank and the purple tank. Now keep in mind, all of this fish, I haven't bought a single new fish in this tank probably in years. So all of these guys have been with me from multiple tanks, and you know, I think I probably paid $40 for this yellow tank. Right now they are like $300 or $400. Wow. And same for the purple tank. So basically all of them I've had for a very long time. The blue tanks that you can see over here, those 2 dories, I got them when they were probably the size of just a little bit bigger than the coin. And they're not fastest growers, but they are awesome. And yeah, I'm really happy with both the powder brown and powder blue. This is the combo. I do gravitate towards powder blue, but having both of them, I think that's just amazing. Now, in terms of the rest of the fish, there's a yellow banana wrasse, the chorus wrasse, there is a royal grama, and then there is this damselfish. Now, no tank, in my opinion, is complete without an anemone and a symbiotic relationship with clowns. And you can see there's 2 of those guys. I've had them probably 5 years, give or take, maybe more. So this is quite an upgrade for them. And in terms of corals, I just introduced all the corals that I know were easy and they can survive pretty much any type of stress, except for this goni. The goni I waited for a while before I've introduced, so I gave it like a week or 2. But the rest of them I've introduced. There's no real brown stage. One of the reasons I haven't really experienced it is not only because everything is filtered, but it's also the fact that I'm not running the lights super high brightness. So I'm running things at probably about 40% right now, and I'm just kind of keeping an eye on the coral. So right now everybody's happy, and I'm slowly ramping things up. I haven't even measured the par yet. I will be doing this as I'm going to start introducing more corals. So even the torches are not doing too bad. I think this guy on the right has closed off because I just turned on the light. This is a little bit too early for them, but yeah, this is where the corals are. And this guy here, I've had him for about, I want to say 10 years. And when I got it, it was the size of my fists. Right now, this is probably the size of a good, I think it's 7 inches in diameter at least. So this is pretty cool. This coral means a lot to me. A couple of times it almost died, but here we are right now. Having this cleaner wrasse probably helps with stress management, but knock on wood, I haven't seen any issues with the fish either. So things are okay. Now this is a lot of work, and let's talk a little bit about the plans now. So there is no rhyme or reason to how I've placed things in the tank right now. This is temporary. This is not an aquascape. I'm not happy with it completely, but this is just so that fish have some place to hide. And now that it's almost a month that the tank has been running, this is when I'm going to start gradually organizing and working on the aquascape. I'm going to start coming up with an idea for the tank, you know, having some higher structures, lower structures, the whole thing. Like, remember, the tank is called Reef Experience, and when I say experience, I want people or myself to experience it. The emphasis is on that term. Now, I'm not too happy with this Asterina snails over there. I've tried, so when I just introduced those rocks, because I have them in the previous tank, you know, when they were showing up, I would be taking them off the glass and removing them. Unfortunately, they just keep multiplying, and I think I've lost this battle. So maybe there's a harlequin shrimp in the future. Oh, and then there is this whitetail bristlenose, which is probably one of my absolute favorite fish. So the corals are looking good. The next step is going to be aquascaping, and this is what I'm going to be focusing on over the next few months. I'm going to take my time, and I'm going to, every single time when I do things, I want to ask myself a question whether whatever I do adds to the experience or detracts. So the idea, if you look back in some of my previous videos that I did with other reefers, I'm really impressed with both Dane's tank and Carl's tank. And Carl's tank, the video previous to this one, just there's something about that aquascape where it feels so natural. So I'm inspired by that. Obviously with these dimensions I cannot do what he did, but I think I want to try and do something along these lines. And yeah, this is where we are right now with the tank. Let me know what you think. This is a little check-in. Stay tuned. There's going to be a cool... I finally got my ICP tests for my Waterbox salt and also for the Fauna Marine salt. So I'll be shooting a separate video shortly to talk about the differences between the salts and kind of where I'm going with that. Lots more cool stuff coming on this channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, you're missing out, so smash that button, all of that good stuff, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.